Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shanae, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this ponytail with the two braids at the side. So if you're interested, make sure you continue watching and don't forget to subscribe. So anytime you're doing a ponytail, you always want to make sure the hair is nice and straight guys. So I'm going in with this argan oil. It's like a gloss spray, so I just sprayed it all over her hair, and I like to comb the hair into a ponytail to see where exactly the ponytail is going to sit, and then I'm going to part everything out. So I'm going from one ear to the next ear, and right now we're just going to be parting out the braid. So I did go ahead and put away the back section just because we're gonna be working with the top first. So I always love to create a middle part just to make sure that both sides are even. So also when we're doing the braid, both braids are gonna stop in the middle. So you always wanna make sure that it's in the middle. So depending on how big or small you want the braid, you're just gonna go out and make that part. So I did my braid. It was still a bit small, but it was a decent size. So you can choose how big or small you want the braid. I also used the Shine and Jam. So this was the red container one. It specifically says like for braids on it, and I liked it. So I put it on the part to make it really clean, and I also used it on her hair for when I was braiding it. Anytime you want baby hairs or anything like that, remember you do not want to put product on it, so comb it out beforehand. So as you've seen, I did leave out her sideburns before I put the product on that side, because you don't want product on it before you're ready to do it. Now I'm just going to go ahead and start cane rolling her hair. I did feed in some pieces of hair, but not too much because you don't want the hair too bulky. So I did feed in some really small pieces. And so for this style, the same thing we did on this side is the same thing we are going to do on the opposite side. So now that her two braids are done, we're gonna put away the front portion of her hair and we're going to work with the back. So her hair is natural, so what I will be doing is using my 𝐇𝐔𝐍𝐍𝐾 free spray, and I suggest using the 𝐇𝐔𝐍𝐶 free spray, or you could even use a wax for natural hair. So if you do have natural hair, I definitely do not suggest using gel. 𝐇𝐔𝐍𝐶 free spray is my best friend for all my clients. So I like to part out a little section and start off there, use my band to catch it up in one, and then I use my 𝐇𝐔𝐍𝐶 free spray. Then I'll either use a really small tail comb like the one I'm using for her hair, or an edge control brush, and just use it to comb it and make sure it's all smooth. And once I do that, I'm just going to repeat the steps until I get to the bottom. So I'm going to make sure it's all smooth, spray it, comb it, and put it up in one, and make sure that it's dry. You don't want it to be too stiff while you're putting the hair up in one, just because I sometimes like to comb it out, and if it's too stiff, it's going to be hard to comb out. So you don't want to dry it where it is hard as a rock. You want to dry it enough that way it stays in place. Also guys, when it comes to this part, you want to make sure that the part looks clean. So you don't really want any hair covering the part, and that's why you see me take my time to comb over the hair. That way it looks like it's literally in a straight line. Now with the nape part of your client's head, you do not want your client to have their head down while you are doing the back of their head. And you are going to see momentarily that once they put their head up, it's no longer straight and flat. You're gonna see a little bulge at the back that you really don't want. So I'm just going ahead and showing you guys. And this is what I'm talking about. So what I did was I just used some more of my 𝐇𝐔𝐍𝐶 spray and combed it up, and I made sure to tell her to keep her head up while I'm combing it, and that way you have that perfect and sleek mold that you are looking for. So once I've slicked down the entire back of her head, I am going to go ahead and put it up into a ponytail all together. And you want to make sure that it is not tight, but it is tight enough. And then I'm going to move the braids out my way. That's gonna be its own section, and I'm gonna start working with the front portion. So once again guys, you want to leave out any hairs that you're going to be using as baby hairs, anything like that, before you start slicking down your hair, so you have a guide of what you're doing. So the same thing I did to the back portion is the same thing I am going to do to the top portion. So we're going to just slick it back into a ponytail. Once the front portion is slicked up, I'm going to go ahead and put a band there, that way it stays. And as you can see, I have basically 3 different sections now. I have the back, the braids, and now this front portion. So I'm going to remove the band from the back, and I want to comb it up into a ponytail, so we're gonna make it a bit higher. So because around the band was stiff, I just sprayed some more of my 𝐇𝐔𝐍𝐍𝐾 and I combed it. It makes it easier to comb when you respray it because it's like getting wet again, if that makes sense to you. So I combed it up higher, and now I'm just going to attach it with the top portion. So this is how her hair looks, all molded. It was so nice and pretty. So I'm going to be doing her ponytail now. We are doing like that extended ponytail. I'm not adding any braiding hair because her hair is already thick and long. So I just braided her hair, and then we'll be using some curly weave to sew on to this braid. All right guys, so now that all the hair is sewed onto the braid, we're gonna take a small piece from the back, use my 𝐇𝐔𝐍𝐍𝐾 free spray on the hair and comb it through, and we're using this part for the wrap. That way it just looks like a seamless ponytail, nice and, you know, professional. You don't want no band showing or anything like that, so that's why we make this wrap. And then you're just gonna go all the way around until there's nothing left, and the small piece you're gonna just tuck underneath the bottom. And then to make it hold, I went in with my black 𝐇𝐔𝐍𝐵 glue and I just put it around the wrap and dried it to make it stiff. That way it's not going anywhere. So next I just used my spray bottle and sprayed water all over her hair just to bring back the curls. And once I've sprayed literally everywhere, like I went in on the spray. Once I sprayed everywhere, I'm going in with my detangling brush and I'm just brushing it through. And once I've brushed everything, I am using some mousse. And it might look like a lot, but I promise you, it did the job. So I just spread the mousse all over the hair, and you want to make sure you're going inside too, because you can't just do the outside portion. You have to like dig in and do the inside, and that's where all the product went. So once her curls are done and they are defined, I went and curled her baby hairs and sideburns. So I just put the edge control on the very top portion of her baby hairs, and then I used my brush, my edge control brush, and just swooped them how I wanted it to look. And that was basically it, guys. So another thing I did, was I used the edge control and I placed it on the hair where I did the braid. And I like to do this to make it look more polished and neat. So I always go over the hair with the edge control, and then I stick any like loose hairs into the braid, and it just gives it a different look. It looks so clean. So at the end of all my styles, I love using a gloss spray. So this gloss spray is by Pink. And then I went in with my oil sheen by Olive Oil. This coconut one smells so good. So this is basically how the style looked, guys. It was so cute. This hairstyle goes back years, because I remember when I first started doing hair, I've done this hairstyle a long time ago. It came back in. So, you know, we wanted to try a different type of ponytail. So I hope you guys like this style. Make sure you like this video if you did like this style. If you're going to try it out, comment down below. Let me know any other styles you guys would like to see me achieve. I will be uploading different hairstyles weekly, so make sure you comment down below, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. You can also follow me on Instagram at nae.simone and my hair page at Paris Hair. See you guys.